Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind that. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Also, as you can see, my co-host, Pretty Girl Loves Chat Content, is here tonight. How are you, girl?
Good. I don't know, something about that. Welcome. I don't know what it is. I just feel like somebody grandmother just hugged me. I'm just
Oh, that's so sweet. You know that you're not the first person. There's a lot of people that say they love that. It's so weird because I just, you never know. You just come up with something and never know.
it
The
warms the heart.
info. Hi, Tamika. Hi, Daria, Anthony, Rogers, LaRusha. I forgot if it's LaRusha or LaRusha. I think you said it's LaRusha. Um, and then Queen and Michelle Wadler and Jay Mack, Demarcus Vaughn. What's up, Rashonda Greer? We're here, guys. We're back. We're here to talk about BMF season 3, episode number 6, the least favorite moments, scratching my head moments, favorite moments. Oh my gosh. So I hope you guys can hear me well. I'm so sorry that I'm late because my internet decided that it didn't want to work. I mean, I went from Comcast to Verizon Files, and I guess Files don't like my area for some reason. So a system might be switching back. I don't know, guys, because it's the second time a technician had to come out and fix something. I don't got time for that. My livelihood is attached to the internet, so this is not gonna work out for a sister. Okay. What's up, Just Me B? My baby. RD, hey. Okay, so pretty girl.
Yes.
I missed you.
Missed you
I
too.
mean, listen, we talk anyway and all
I
that,
know,
but
right?
I'm just saying on here.
Yes.
And I miss all of you guys in the chat on Sunday. You know how we get down. We give it up on Sundays. We come through on Sundays. But, it's been having some things, Easter and, other stuff. So, it is what it is. Oh, birthday. You know what I'm saying?
We're still accepting donations, you guys.
Oh, yes. Okay, now. All right. Good evening, brown sugar. Brown sugar, babe. Okay. So the question, there's really no questions tonight, actually, but it is. I mean, it's not presented on the thumbnail, but okay. The question is, should Charles have seen it coming? The disrespect. Don't get me to get
Please, go ahead.
Don't get me to get in. Dr. Montclair came in the house, didn't even say hi. Disrespectful. Okay?
This is how we started today. We normally end off a fool. Now we're gonna start off a fool. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So first, I want to ask you before we talk about that. Is any of that moment when Montclair comes in, Dr. Montclair comes into the house, is anything about that moment a part of your least favorite moment?
It's one of my moments.
One of your moments. Okay. So, but it's not least.
No.
Okay, so we good. Because I was gonna say you could address it all in one and we'll start,
Okay.
Okay, so that's fine, no problem. So can you talk to me about this? Like, and I know, listen, we've been getting on Charles now. We've been getting on Charles. Okay, but I've been saying Charles, he has been eating a lot of humble pie. And I'm like, a ninja deserve a little, a second chance. I'm not saying he should be out the doghouse, but I think he is doing what he needs to do. Like when somebody is really real about getting their family back, this is the stuff you got to do. Take notes, my guys. Take notes. Men and women, take freaking notes. You can't be acting like, you don't have no remorse. You can't act like you don't care. You can't try to sweep stuff under the rug. No, you did it. Yes. So you gotta go on and lay in that bed that you made, baby. Okay. So talk about it, my girl. Talk about it. How you feel about that situation?
I'm happy with everything Charles is doing currently. What I am afraid of, which it doesn't seem. He did give an inkling of this. You know how some people have that attitude, like, all right, it's time for you to get over it. Because he was in the kitchen, was like, I thought we was doing good, especially, in the bedroom. But he did redeem himself in the bathroom when he told her, I'm going to give you all the time you need, all the space you need to figure it out. So I do appreciate that. I just need him to just ensure he's exercising all the patience necessary, because this is a lot. It's so many layers. You didn't just cheat with a stranger. You cheated with a neighbor, a best friend, if you will, multiple times. And you probably still would have been doing it if she didn't break it off with you. And the fact that she told this to told this to Lucille, that probably is the extra thing too, because in Lucille's head, she's like, you probably would still be over there if it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many things involved. Of course, they had other issues as well that possibly caused the cheatation. But I'm not mad at anything Charles is doing. He just need to keep on doing it and do more of it.
That's
because
right.
The walls is still looking dry over there, Charles. I mean,
drywall.
Borrow $20 from each and let's go to Home Depot or whatever y'all got over there. Like, we need to follow through. Okay, don't just cook one dinner. Cook several dinners. You know what I'm saying? Bring some flowers. Right. Me just kind of giving you a handbook a little bit. Bring me some flowers. Romance me. Like you got to go above and beyond. I just need him to continue to follow through, but I don't have any qualms about his actions at this point.
Right. And that's facts, because what we talked about, what somebody brought up during the Friday Midnight Live, was that he's going to get tired of it. And that is something, like you said, you're afraid that, it might stop. And I could see where someone would get tired of that, man or woman. Mm-hmm. You're trying, you feel like you're doing this and that, but here's the thing, guys. Being in this situation is not easy for the betrayed spouse. So as much as you might be feeling tired, it's just a part of the course. You have to deal with it. You screwed up so bad, and it takes a lot of work, and it might get tiring. It might get frustrating, but you got to keep on going. It's what you did. So it goes both ways, but it's like you said, it was on top of that, she's got to be thinking about, well, you probably still would have been doing what you're doing. So, if Mabel didn't stop it, you know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot of like mental, you got to unpack a lot of things mentally. There's a lot of stuff to heal from, you know what I mean? But the disrespect is the part right there. Big Smooth, what's up? He said, something about, I don't know what you're saying, Big Smooth. He said, so the catalyst means nothing. Okay. I don't know. Speak your piece. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what you're saying. What is a second chance from the doghouse? Hey, ladies. What's up, Big Wolf? All right. So, Big Smooth, you sound mad. So, Brown Sugar said, let's be real. Most men wouldn't eat crow the way Charles has been doing. It's just not in most of them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, okay. So Big Smooth, you one of them. He didn't just up and cheat and choose to cheat. Okay. Cheating is always a choice. It's always a choice.
So are you saying Big Smooth it was a mistake? Because a mistake doesn't happen multiple times. Okay. You don't mistakenly go to a swingers party, stay late to help clean up.
Right.
Put your pants down, lift for something. Like it's too, like, that's not a mistake. I'm sorry, sir. I can't rock with that.
No. But hey, we got people that think like that, and it's okay. You got folks that feel like because Lucille wasn't giving up any loving, that it's okay that she got cheated on, and a lot of people feel that way.
Yes.
So
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
let's also keep in mind the one time we did see her deny Charles when he referred to the 3 weeks, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. She had to be at work. Well, she said she had to wake up in 3 hours. Ain't nobody trying to do all that. If I got to pull an 8-hour shift at Wendy's on my feet, I'm trying to get my sleep, bro. If you really wanted it, come, tap me on the shoulder at 9 p.m.
Right.
Because we too grown out here in these streets. Come on, bro. Like, what we doing?
Yeah. I mean, we could be on this all day. Big Spoon said you don't mistakenly tell the pastor about your husband or lie to your kids about where you've been. Oh, Lord.
Well,
go ahead. Go on, girl.
When it comes to the church and the pastor, aren't they supposed to provide assistance and guidance? If you're listening to the word, they're not good enough for you to vent to and to seek counsel to. And in regards to lying to your kids about where you've been, I talked about this earlier, cause and effect. This is after the cheatation, okay? There's a trickle effect that occurs after the cheating. That's what you guys aren't understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all mixing things up. It's an order mix.
They not really I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. No, they're not really mixing nothing up. They forgetting. You know what I'm saying? It's always okay what the dude does. You know what I'm saying? That's what the brothers do. They stick together with the nonsense. But when you wasn't doing what you were supposed to be doing as a man, and you got her out here working her tail off and all of this, and she's tired of struggling, and you can't even pull your weight around the house and fix up some freaking patches in the wall. Like, this is the breakdown of the marriage. This is the freaking breakdown. And then the crazy thing about it is she had like a little come to Jesus moment, right? When she went away on a retreat. And she thought Charles was messing around with Sister Riley. Right. And then, she came home. She confronted Sister Riley. Then she came home. She's like, "I'm sorry, Charles." Da, 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 da. So it looked like things might have started to pick up a little better in their relationship. But he had already just cheated. He just slept with old funky crusty maple syrup.
Yes. And let's keep in mind, when Lucille came through the door, Charles was over there washing dishes, fantasizing and recounting his encounter with Mabel. And then he proceeds to have relations with his wife 30 minutes later. Like, what are we doing here?
Nah.
Y'all forget all that, though.
Right. So, talking about, because we could talk about this all day. This is actually better to talk about than the freaking episodes, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie. What's up, T-Man? And Big Smooth says she immediately believes her Jezebel cousin. Right. Listen, Big Smooth, we've been I think you missed like the last episode, the last live that I did last week when I got on her with different things, because I don't condone nothing that Lucille is doing currently. However, I do say that this is the repercussions that Charles, this is what he's got to go through, unfortunately, right? There's consequences for your actions. These are the consequences. Do I agree with the fact that this freaking man done came in the house and didn't speak? Oh, that was disrespectful. I didn't like that at all. I'm sorry. Like, even with me being in my own situation, I wouldn't dare allow another man to come up in this house. Period. Not even about, oh, you're coming in the house with while my husband is here. Why would I even want to bring you in here while my husband is here? Even if he's coming to deliver a freaking baby. If you're coming in as an emergency situation, you need to speak. Excuse me. Yeah, Maurice, this is my husband. You know Charles, Maurice, right? Charles, there we go. Talk, speak. Okay, and Charles should have said something too, like, brother, you need to speak to me in my house. I don't care who paid the mortgage, but I freaking bought this house at first. This is my house. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that? Because that irks me.
I just want to chalk it up to it being a heightened situation. There's a lot going on. I just feel like sometimes when you're in those type of situations, sometimes the decorum isn't always there. Now, if Maurice was just sitting on the couch and him and Lucille was just watching TV, which that would be trifling, but okay, we need to have a conversation. But I didn't feel too much of a ways about them not really formally speaking. It's already awkward. And he really was there on business, you know what I'm saying? Low key in terms of Maurice. Like I said, I didn't really find too much of a problem with it. I don't disagree with you. I
Yeah.
just didn't find I didn't find it too much of a harmful offense by them not formally speaking on each other. Because honestly, they both know what it is. Lucille is being honest about what's going on with Maurice. Maurice now knows the situation with Charles. So I don't know. I didn't feel like we needed to formally and be fake, because it will honestly be fake regardless if we speak or not. It is a respect thing, yes, but I'ma just chalk it up to Lawanda's legs in the air and waving it like she just don't care. You know what I'm saying?
A man been gonna call his son. He ain't your son. And speak to me when you in my house. How about that? He should have added that on there.
But no, Nikki would have been like, Daddy, this is me just.
And that's when she would need that good old, you know how Lucille always putting her hands on her. Like, girl, stand in your place, girl. Sure. She probably would have never did that. Don't talk about my man Maurice. Oh, girl, bye. Okay. So Big Smooth is saying that she went on a date with Pastor Swift. I wouldn't call that a date. I think probably Pastor Swift might have thought it was a date. I never agreed with her going to meet up with Pastor Swift without his wife there present, because we did hear that he was married. If you're gonna go talk to your pastor about your relationship with your husband should be there. But if your husband doesn't go, you should be talking to your pastor and his wife. That's how lines get crossed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for me, I was just annoyed with that whole thing. I understand that, he was in the house to do what he was doing for Lawanda. What a coinky dink, okay? But like I said, I just kind of feel like it's funny because it's like karma, like nothing is being done purposely. She didn't purposely bring him to the house as far as like, oh, let's come, have a nightcap or whatever. You know what I mean? Let's have some coffee after this dinner. The little girl calls him, Nicole calls him. So it's kind of like, it's kind of your little get back a little bit, your payback for, kind of like cozying up with Mabel in the house and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Are you saying Nikki was kind of plotting or?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that just kind of like the karma of it all.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like she did it on purpose, the mother. It's not like she still did it on purpose. It was just a circumstance that happened. And,
I got it.
This is what Charles has to eat. Like I think Brown Sugar said, he's eating a lot of crow. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. But as far as Lucille goes with this whole thing, girl, if you are talking about you trying to honor your marriage vows, you shouldn't be on a date with this man. And on top of that, you shouldn't be kissing him. So she might as well, if they, she likes to talk about how she's a Christian woman, this and that. I never see her repenting after she be out there doing what she doing with old Dr. Maurice. So she's starting to get on my freaking nerves too. I'm sorry. But we're going to move on. How about we're going to go right on into, you have any last words on this?
No, I mentioned the exact same thing on my live. Like, girl, don't use the Lord when it's convenient for you.
Right.
What are we doing here? Like, I mentioned, if you're going to seek out other men, clarify what's going on in your marriage. In the marriage, then you pursue other situations. Don't do it while you're in the marriage. Like, especially if you and Charles confused of what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That just clouds the judgment even more.
Right. Like, why are you sleeping with him? I know he's your husband. So I ain't talking about that. I'm just talking about like you're getting your stuff with Charles, you're getting it off with Charles, but you still interested in this other guy, and now you're confusing Charles. Like, if you gonna let him go, let him go.
Exactly.
Why are you playing games?
Yeah. I think she was using Charles as a vessel,
Yeah, because she too busy. She not daydream. She fantasizing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's terrible.
Yes.
Charles must have something over Maurice though, because when Charles told her, "Listen, there's a reason why you chose me after all them years," she was like, "Ooh, help me, G." What's his?
because it's probably the little swag and confidence to turn her on a little bit. Like, this, oh my. She got some options low key, so she's kind of feeling the situation a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was like, Charles, please. She was 18. She didn't know no better. If she had a crystal ball, she probably would have chose Dr. Maurice.
Here we go. That's what happens. Like, that's so funny because I was thinking about that earlier. Like, when you're younger, because I was 17, but when I really got with my husband, I was like 19. And at that time, you're not really looking for, well, I wasn't, you're not really looking for, all this, that. I need this, I need that, I need that. And if you do, it's probably very superficial and stupid.
Exactly.
Nothing good for your future, really, right? So at that time, I was a potential girl. I'm looking for a man with potential. It's okay to look for somebody with potential and then dream and then keep dreaming together and grow together. You know what I'm saying? But after this, you press that reset button and you get up, in them 40s, child. No, I need this. I need that.
Yes.
Okay, this is what it needs to be.
Yes.
We're not doing no potential. You guys to come already done.
Yeah, like the potential should have turned to accomplishments at this point.
Exactly. Everything has to be established.
Exactly. Charles is over there probably at 18 with his little, little banjo, what have you over there, just, all suave and debonair. Maurice is probably over there, probably a little more nerdy, reserved, he's in the book. So Charles, that's not no notch on no belt, sir. I'm just saying.
No.
But we don't know what's going on with Dr. Maurice either, because I do feel a little red flag. So I got my eye on him. Okay. He looks good on paper, but
girl, my eye's been on that ninja. Ooh, it's been on him. We were talking about how he might be married. Shoot. I wouldn't be surprised. Lucille about to get her feelings hurt, child.
She is.
She about to get her feelings hurt. Sorry, baby. Sorry. Well, that's because you know why? God is not going to honor you trying to find another man while you're still in a marriage. I know that you were hurt and everything, and what he did was wrong. But if you want God to really honor what you got, honor your life moving forward, you got to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I'm saying. You feel me? Tanette Grayson, hi, boo boo. And RC, what up? Haven't seen you in a while. Stephen Harris is in the building as well. And Shell S. Hey.
Shell S. Sorry. I just want to respond to Shell S. Nikki is on the verge of a breakdown, okay?
Yeah, poor baby.
Poor Nikki has been through the works, okay? She is tired. She is tired, okay?
Yo, she really is. That poor baby can't take nothing. She couldn't even take. And hey, Samara, before I forget, and Blaze, what's up? She couldn't even get through like the birth. Like she saw the birth, she did get through it, but it was like you can see that she was so bothered because she looked. For me, if I'm in her mind, she's like, look at this girl on the floor giving birth, and the guy that got her pregnant is not even here. And here it is. My dad's right here. Maurice is right here. Like she is like watching a freaking train wreck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she's just like, ain't nothing I can do about it. And I don't want no parts of this.
No. I get it. I don't know if you know, Miss K, I mentioned it earlier. Like I watched my mom give birth when I was 12. Traumatic. Okay. And that was my birth control. Like I was in the next room, but it was like a glass window. That was all I needed to see. Overrated.
Yeah.
At 12, I was like, you know what? Mm-hmm.
Right.
Whatever, but it ain't for me.
Yes. You was serious too. Shoot, you was really serious. Lena Kane says when she took the birth control pill at the end, I fell out. She's over everything. For real, because she tried to throw it away at the I don't need this, push it over to the side. And she was like, man, even if I'm not having sex, ain't nobody gonna bump against me and get me pregnant.
Exactly. Bree's gonna breeze through her wrong and
right. So for your least favorite moment, can we start with that?
The last scene.
Okay.
Henrietta assaulting the flamethrower.
Uh we pretty much have the same. It
And
had to
it's probably, I don't know. It had to been some good. It was some good Mary Jane, because he could have got out of that. Okay, you waited way too long. You could have gotten your vehicle. You could have ran. Like, she gave you low key a head start. Okay, once I saw that, all right, time to go. You on some other stuff. Like, what we doing here? Hey, Moochie.
Hi, y'all.
sorry about that. I can't
That's okay.
I'm moving through my phone, so I had to like put you in. I can't type and say, "Hey, I'm coming." I'm sorry. Sorry, PG. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish.
I know you back there. But yeah, that was my least, because I'm just so over this character. I don't know if I ever been, and I had to ask myself. I think last week, I'm like, I think DeMarcus. I could be wrong, but I don't know why. I'm like, who do I hate more? I think I brought it up in my head, Ronnie or Henry, and I think I chose Henry. Like,
It was definitely DeMarcus because he asked me the same thing. He was like, "Who do you hate more?" This was a while ago, though. This is like the first or second episode. He was like, "Who do you hate more, Ronnie or?" And at the time, I'm like Ronnie because she didn't really do nothing yet. She's so corny, though.
she's just so whack. So I mean, I enjoy her father. Give me more of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good story. I would like to see unfold. But her, I feel like they're just doing too much. It's giving creative writing, and I'm over it. Moochie, did I trigger you?
It's she, to me, it's so many flaws with this character. It's a waste. It really is. She's a waste. She's not even in the right era, time. This is a timepiece. You're not even being the person that's living in the life of the LGBT. They wasn't even rocking out like that back then, unless they would. Some of them was real eccentric, but for the line of work that she's doing, she would be dressed more like the fellas. I would have respected the character more if she came in with a Caesar like the rest of the dudes. But it's just, never mind.
It's
not even worse. They made her too much love like a super cat, like a evil villain, like a super villain.
Yeah, like Maurice.
I'm ready for her to go.
It's disgusting at this point. So that was a part of my least favorite moment. It was just like, and then licking the thing was the worst part. Even though Diz dying was like, come on, bro, you kind of did that to yourself. Okay? Like, you had plenty of time. This chick then took the time to lick.
She called you in a creepy way.
Right.
Like, is it me that you're looking for? Like, what a lot of Richie is you?
Like, what was you smoking that you thought you were seeing things or something? Like,
but you know what got me with him? How he stood there that long.
Yeah.
You already know that's how she is. You know, when they showed the scene where Terry and him was there, he looked like the cat that swallowed the canary the whole time.
Yeah.
So you making yourself look guilty. He just had that look to me like he's the one that farted in the room and he wants to know if everybody knows. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, gross. Okay, so DeMarcus said, my least favorite moment was Marquisha turning off Terry's pager and phone for the born of his daughter. Yes, that was definitely a disgusting moment. Yeah. And pretty girl, this is what I said at Moochie. This is what I said on my channel. I said, y'all can't tell me now that she's not the one that called CPS. If she can't even respect the man to him to be there for his child's birth, she don't care about him and his relationship with his kids. She called CPS. But I have resolved with myself that I believe that just like who shot Terry, and I think I said this already to you, pretty girl, I think they're gonna leave that as a mystery. I don't think we'll ever know, just like we don't know who shot Terry, we're not gonna know who called CPS. But I think the more we get to know her, the more we'll see that the signs point to her.
Yeah, that's what led me to the conclusion, because the other option was Bryant and or Henry, and
Mm-hmm.
it seems as though they are not following up with that option, on the screen. So,
Right.
and then they're really showing how just vile and disgusting she is. So,
Yeah.
I have to agree at this point, because I was, of course, teetering like, I was hoping, but it does make sense because they always painted her character as trifling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
And
here
she
we
over
go.
there talking about something. Let's go on a long trip. What you mean a long trip? And then you want him to be this businessman and stuff, but you want to take him away for a long time. Like, she ain't doing nothing but trying to create, you know what I'm saying, space
Mm-hmm.
and issues,
Exactly.
So, okay, this is exactly my point. I wasn't gonna bring it up because I have a whole theory video about that, about B Mickey shooting T. And to me, to me, the evidence and the way the way B Mickey acted, it was all there. That was my theory. So, but I wasn't gonna say nothing about it. So I don't know if that's like you being like saying that that's not really the case, but to me, that's the case. That's definitely the case. Moochie, what was your least favorite moment?
That was my least favorite moment.
Okay.
What moments did y'all did? Cause
We didn't do anything else. We just did least favorite.
I came in here late.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, y'all.
it's okay. Let's see. Hey, with the life path. Let me see. I was reading some folks. RC says, I wouldn't put anything past Marquisha at this point, but I do see her being redeemed later in the season. I don't see that ever. I just don't. I think that T will forever be blinded to her, and that's really that. Because we see that, he still got the picture of her. Remember that in last season when he got arrested, still got the picture of her and everything. I just kind of feel like he's always going to be blinded to her. And meanwhile, this whole time, she's just one of them type of chicks, just manipulating and everything. Got this younger dude, got him wide open and all that. So I just think he's always going to be stupid when it comes to her. Like, look at how she was even acting when he brought her into the thing. He was all excited, like, surprise, you never been here before. Blah, blah. She didn't care.
She was all stuck up.
Yeah.
She seemed like a goat. She seemed like she just want him just so she could maintain that lifestyle that she had with Boone. And that's
Yeah.
She's a gimme girl. That's what I call her. Gimme girl.
Right.
Gimme.
All right. So I'm gonna start with you, Moochie, with your scratching my head moment.
My scratching my head moment is how the heck detective, well, I can't even call him detective no more. Bryant knocked Terry into the grave and did some disrespectful stuff like that. That's not, to me, it's like, I'm like, how is this happening? And to me, that was a person's funeral they was at, and for them to do something that disrespectful, and for him to have just lost his son and do something like that, they should have showed those people's parents, because something like that shouldn't have just went with it. Just, okay, you pushed them in and everybody mad and this and that. No.
Yeah.
Especially the town they live in. Everybody know this mother father in the paper. Everybody know he's in the paper for what happened with his son. You can't tell me that didn't come up, because remember, he was in the paper the first time. Some of the stuff I feel like they forgot what the heck they wrote when they do things.
Yeah.
It's yeah, never mind. I'll get my rant off.
Why you keep saying never mind? Go on.
Nah, it's just like, yo, I feel like they really dropped the ball with this, and I feel like they trying to follow the formula of power, and I feel like you need to do your own. You need to be your own person.
Yep. That's what I'm afraid of. I mentioned that too on Friday, that I'm afraid that, the fact that they're too close with power, it's the same creators and executive producers and things like that. Even though this is not what you're talking about, I'm gonna get right back on it. But I was saying that I fear and I hope that I'm wrong, totally wrong, that Henrietta would probably take out her father, which would be terrible because
I hope not. I'm tired of seeing that
yeah,
storyline.
I'm tired of that. But at the same time, though, like you were saying, Pretty Girl, he's a pretty good character. Like he's somebody to watch.
I feel like he's too soon to take out. Get rid of her. She's a freaking clown. And
Yeah.
and I'm hoping that Meech, because he liked the way, not Meech, he likes the way Terry came to him like a man, and he feels like he could do productive business where everything could fly under the radar because they don't want no bodies. He's on the same page with Terry.
Yeah.
So she's the weakest link. You trying to do all of this and try to act like you tough as a man and this and that. You trying to prove your point, but you looking like a clown right now. You looking real fugazi.
So before I let you talk about this, Pretty Girl, since this was also a part of my scratch in my head moment, my scratch in my head moment was actually the fact that the funerals were like right across the way from each other. And I'm like, y'all couldn't pick another day, not even another time. Like what?
Yeah.
Like why? Tell me why. Why did it have to be that Detective Bryant's son's funeral is the same, the burial and everything, the same time as these gangsters over here? I mean, it was just kind of stupid to me. I mean, I know it's TV, but it was just dumb. I just kind of felt like they already kind of like cheated or like, I don't want to say cheated because it's not like I wanted to like relish in the death of the little boy, but it was like, you could have had that in a separate episode. He didn't have to go out with that whole like high body count. You know what I'm saying? Like he deserved his own death.
Yeah.
He deserved an isolated death, right? So you can't even give him an isolated funeral. And then on top of that, the mother, what was her point being there? She just gonna walk up to the grave and then look at him and then go. It like she just made a face like, you see what you did, and then she didn't say anything, and then she walked away. I'm like, what is going on here? She didn't even have a part. She didn't even have nothing to say. So that was the part of my scratching my head moment. Moochie, you were saying something. You muted.
I feel like it was like unnecessary. Like that. Why even? They shouldn't have had the funerals at the same time. I agree with you on that. I feel like it should have been at least spaced out, and he should have had his own moment. They didn't even. We got words for the other little boy, and Kevin was on this show longer than anybody.
Thank you.
I'm like, wait.
That was crazy. Like what? Because that's a detective's son. He can't get no love. Like that baby was innocent. The heck? Oh, everybody failing old Kevin. Poor baby. Go ahead, Pretty Girl.
Yeah, it was weird with the Kevin thing. I feel like the whole situation with Kevin was kind of rushed. I don't know if they needed to save some funds. I don't know what they were trying to do with the budget, but they definitely rushed the scene when he advised he was SA'd, when he took himself out. Like just everything with Kevin this season is weird, especially since he was an integral part of last season. I don't like the way how they rolled his storyline out and completed it. It was that we definitely was cheated with that.
Yeah, too fast. I agree.
My scratch in my head, and I could be tripping, and please let me know if you could shine some light, because I know a lot about this process, but maybe I'm tripping. But I thought Meech handled everything in regards to this house. Why is Amy, the neighbor, still asking for documentation? I thought we handled all that. Like, this is the purpose of Charles going to Atlanta. We had fake pay stubs and fake career. He was supposed to be an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
They signed everything off. They traded all the documents, and Meech was handed the keys to the house. But now HOA is telling Meech that she needs proof of employment or what have you. Like, that was weird. Like, like the lawn thing, cool, but the fact that you threatening to put a lien on this man's house, like, didn't he already pay for the house? Or at least, I don't know. It just seemed if he didn't pay for it, he's probably making payments, fine. But it was just like, what gives you the authority? Don't be coming over here informally. Like, that whole situation, even though it was kind of funny, but the whole HOA thing, and the means that they're trying to do with this house, it just felt weird to me. Like,
yeah. The HOA thing is a lot with that too. Like I know
no,
people
yeah,
that deal with that nonsense, and I'm like, why do they have so much power? Like that's kind of weird to me. Like they can actually put liens on your homes, like if you're in a certain area or something like that. I'm like, what?
yeah.
Go ahead, Moon. Sorry.
I could understand her talking about the grass,
Yeah,
and they usually address the garbage and
yeah.
crap like that. But that where you need to know all of that, I think she was being extra, and she was counting on him not knowing better.
Mm.
Because she already feel like, he ain't nothing but a drug dealer. I done seen all this traffic going in and out. Even though I'm not washing my sheets and entertaining men while my husband out of town.
Yeah. Little old hoe. You an old hoe.
It was like, wash your sheets.
Cut your grass. Wash your
sheets.
That was funny to me.
I think she deserved it, but like I saw it both ways. Like I felt like, like you said, Lucci, yeah, this is a respect. She got nerve to calling it a respectable neighborhood after you basically, what you are. But neither here nor there.
I think she was
the
counting
freaking
on
grass,
nobody
my
seeing
nigga.
her.
Cut the grass. Like this is what home ownership is. Take care of your property. What's the big deal? Like that was my thing that I said the other night. Like if you got the adult Meech narrating that he had the FBI, DEA, and APD or whatever all on his behind. Now he got the HOA. That's an easy fix. What you want? You got all these problems already. Just freaking cut your grass. You don't even got to cut your grass. You got the money to have somebody to come and cut the grass all the time, or use one of your workers. Tell them to cut the freaking grass.
Yeah, I said that too, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna push back a little bit on I was being rough on Meech. I feel like because he grew up in the house looking like look at the walls in that house he grew up in. Charles ain't teach that man how to care for no property.
Yeah.
I'm like, Charles ain't help, so I'm gonna cut Meech a little slack. But I was saying, my hypothetical drug dealer self, if I see I have a nosy neighbor and I'm always having, my meetings and everything here, like I'm gonna keep her happy. Like I'm gonna go ahead, do whatever she need to do because she looks nosy. She look like she'll snitch at any given moment.
Yeah.
Make sure you got that on point because, like you said, that's causing unnecessary issues. Like just get the grass cut. Like that's at what in the early 90s, probably pay somebody, a little teenager, $10.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do it for you. Like why you? And then you.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, then he's burning the document. I'm like, okay, y'all, this is like the Henry stuff. Like, come on, y'all doing too much.
He should have licked it first.
like a stamp.
Right, like justice.
Yeah, it was weird. It's like they be having something with the writing and the storyline, but then I just feel like they just drop the ball. Like
they drop it. I don't feel like they even bother to go, like when they start to write the new season, they don't even bother to like go back and watch all the episodes. Like you have to do that.
I don't think they do. I just think they just continue from where they left off and be like, what's Power doing?
Mm-hmm.
They want Moochie. They watched the last season of Power, not BMF.
Right.
Yeah, they're watching the wrong show.
That's right.
Follow up on your stuff. To me, I hate when you see like big holes in writing.
Yeah. So here's another scratch in my head moment. The fact that we know that Detective Bryant was the arresting officer for Terry. We see in this episode he gets fired. So I'm going to need those holes to definitely be filled up. Not to say he can't get hired from somewhere else, but I just need them to make sure they work that out. That's all.
Okay, I'm having a brain fart. Oh, you talking about Harry and 20 years from now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless he has something worked out with that lady cop.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, I need you to let me arrest this man.
Yeah, I feel like, and that's the thing that makes me upset still, because I'm like, y'all, would have had me on pins and needles thinking that Bryant could be out of here any episode, but now we know he's not going anywhere. So kind of, it spoils it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was stupid. They shouldn't have did that. What's up,
On
Torian?
mute, Moochie.
Do y'all think they
And Derry
figured that
V?
we knew? I'm sorry
It's okay.
that they knew. Do you think they figured that we knew because he's alive? I think it was the dumbest thing for them showing that flash forward because you wrote yourself into a corner.
Yeah.
And now it's no mystery because we're all putting things together, so it's obvious he must have had to beg to go on this thing. But there's ways he probably could get his job back with the union and stuff.
Mm.
I mean, I want to know how much trouble he's gotten in. Where I think that's the only major thing was the whole thing with the pow with Kevin and him taking it out of the precinct.
Yeah.
But then Jen also told her superior that Brian is working with the drug dealers.
Yeah, so then that's where it's no coming back from that, because she basically once they let him go, she let everything out. So now it's like, how is this gonna happen umpteenth years from now?
Mm-hmm.
Unless
Yeah.
I don't, and Moochie may know more about this. Sorry, Miss K. Unless he's some sort of like, I don't want to say like bounty hunter or private eye that he has the ability to arrest.
He could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, but
yeah.
If he's a bounty hunter or a private eye, he could follow them. So that's a good take on it. I'm sorry to Miss K.
No, it's fine. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They just gotta come correct with the cleanup.
Yeah.
That's why they should, like you said, Moochie, they shouldn't have did that, backing things into a corner like that. You know what I'm saying? The only way that I'm cool with that is when it's a mystery. You kind of make it a mystery type of situation, but at the same time, it's like he's not one of them characters that you want to. I don't care about a mystery about him. Like he's not likable. And I said that the only thing I'm Team Bryant at this point is when it comes to, between him and Henrietta. That's the only thing. So that's that. Blaze says the only ones who will survive the series for sure are Meech, Terry, and Bryant, in a way that does give the series less tension when you already know the outcome. See, that's my issue, is that they're doing a lot of unrealistic things for a show that's based on real life. Mm-hmm. I was okay with it at first and how they were doing things, like they were killing off people that are really alive today, that's fine. But when you start doing all this other kind of stuff and then bringing in somebody like Henrietta and, just all of this, it becomes, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah, it cheapens the quality for me. And here we have a show like Raising Kanan, where we know most likely the outcome of a lot of the characters, but it still draws us in. It still have some sense of integrity while being entertaining. But y'all here, and that's a show that's based on fictional characters, but y'all have this other show, BMF, based on real characters, and I feel like y'all still dropping the ball on it. There's so much here, and the direction.
And that's the crazy thing, though, because it's like it's enough story because it's real. Why y'all trying to deviate so much?
Yeah,
I don't get it. Even the whole thing with the like, why deviate from the limo service thing and using the limo service to put, you know what I mean, to transfer the drugs and right?
Yeah,
they coming back to that.
No, they're coming back to it, but they're gonna use it in a different way. They're gonna start pimping out the cars. Like we already know where that's going. But it's the fact that this guy sold his limo company, and I mean, am I making it like? Am I making sense?
I'm trying to make it make sense.
I'm just like, what for what? Just to circle back around to that anyway.
Yeah.
Like, are y'all trying to like get away from? Y'all already went to jail. So what are y'all trying? What are y'all trying to protect yourselves from? I don't know. Go ahead, Moochie.
They was indicted last year in St. Louis. Do you think this is gonna change the storyline now?
Mm.
Because now they bringing St. Louis in. So
Yeah.
do you think they're gonna tread lightly with this now that they had all of those people indicted there? That's what's making me think why they kind of not going where they not
Mhm.
really going exactly how things happen because they might incriminate themselves.
Yeah, that's true. What's
We
up,
don't
Miss
know how
Nikki?
long. I'm just looking at it as a, like they not trying to get pinched. They want to tell they want to tell a story,
Yeah.
not
Right.
their full story. So they're gonna embellish a little.
So
I
why
get it.
can't they tell the story that's already like out there?
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
I don't. I just don't get it.
They're
Um.
they're toting a fine line. It's
Hmm.
Mhm.
Jacking things up a little bit. But all right, we're gonna move on to our our favorite moment, starting with you, pretty girl. Loves Trey.
you
Right.
guys.
They already got pinched. So what the heck's the problem?
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm not understanding why they abandoning certain things and why is it. I don't know.
Yeah. Sorry, pretty girl.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
good. Yeah, I was about to say something, but yeah, we need to move on from that.
No,
But
you can say it. Go ahead.
no, I was just saying, I just feel like for a long time on this show, they tried to show that they're non-violent and everything. I just feel like they're trying to cloud everything to,
Hmm.
because the statute of limitations of certain things, have not expired. So I feel like,
Right.
but it's like, okay, when you come in a meeting about the initial meeting about having a show about your life, I don't know. I just feel like either y'all, I can't say y'all can't wait because when it comes to offering people, that's there's no limitation. But I don't know. I just maybe they just don't have the right people behind the scenes
Yeah, I
writing.
don't think they have the right people.
Yeah, that's probably the problem.
There's so many like there's teams there like they gotta go when you want to write a really good story. You have to go outside of the realm of entertainment. Like you got to hire real lawyers, real cops, real like you got to go outside to other professionals, historians, all of that. Like especially if you're doing a timepiece. I need a historian.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I don't feel like if I'm writing a story, I don't have the means to get all those people. So I do all the research myself. You know what I'm saying? But like even with the book, my book that you read, I had to do research for some of that stuff.
Mm.
My mind was going crazy, but I'm like, I need to see what this is. I need to make sure that all the stuff makes sense. Da, 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 da. And that's the thing. They don't seem like they're really like giving it that much brain power. They're just saying, hey, we just gonna tell y'all a story and boom, here you go.
Yeah, kind of like what Mucci was saying. I just feel like they're trying to emulate book two on some level with the ridiculousness, because I feel like they feel like they understand their core audience and they're trying to emulate the popularity of book two, but
Yeah.
they already have something there. But apparently, I feel like they messed it up on some level. But yes, my favorite moment. I feel like you guys may not understand, but.
Okay.
Not sick because it was cringy the whole time, but it was giving me like prime Young and the Restless when we had the whole situation with Lawanda's delivery. Because it was so entertaining because I did enjoy that scene. Because I didn't see that. I didn't see it coming.
Don't start now.
Go ahead. Lawanda's in labor. Like I didn't see it coming at all. It's just the whole element, of I didn't expect Lawanda to call him, not Lawanda, sorry, Nikki to call Maurice, okay, while they're on the date. Then, we have Charles come in, he tired coming home from work. He don't know how to feel,
Oh,
he don't know what to do, he can't really make it about him, but he can't
right.
really enjoy the moment. It's so awkward. And then we have
Mm.
T, and then Lawanda, she's like, I got smoke. I know where you was at. So they
Yep.
beefing. Nikki over there don't know what to do. Lucille just trying to hold on together, but I think low key she was kind of enjoying the moment. Like it was a lot
She
going on.
was enjoying it, okay?
So it was, the entertainment value was high. So that's why I'm saying it's my favorite, but it was very much like toxic. And if I was Dr. Maurice, I would run to the nearest town because that's a lot of baggage to be going through.
Run to the nearest hospital, okay?
Yes. But we did save money, at the, because them hospital bills after, having a baby, that's high. So we at least cut that in half. We still got to get our insides put together. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for saving us a several grand, Dr. Maurice. I did say it will be trifling if he hands Lucille an invoice.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think he would. He got the bread, I hope. But that was my favorite because it was the most entertaining. I needed something after dealing with Henry all episode, okay?
I know. Oh my gosh. So Moochie, what do you have to say about that scene? Are you muted?
On labor and delivery? Am I on mute?
No, you good now.
It was ridiculous though, but
all right, I'm gonna have to play something while she. Come on, Moochie.
I can't. I don't even. It's like, I hate to say this. I didn't even do my review yet because I have the crap that happened in this episode. It's like, you know how I say usually, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. I don't want to get on here and trash it. So I just was like, you know what? I'll just look. I'll just go on the mall with it. Look, I can't. It's just like, just throw it in the garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, that part, it's just like, okay. I like the part that she was saying, get away from me and all of that. But
yeah. Like, I knew where you were.
Charles had the look of defeat on his face. The agony of defeat. That's what he lost.
Yeah. Charles, you might as well just give it up.
Nikki,
let Lucille go through her own little thing,
Nikki looked like she don't know if she wanna she don't want to, she's scared, but she looked like she was mad at the same time at Terry and mad at her mother. So you got all of that. It's just like, I don't know.
So before I forget, since we're on this family right now and all the stuff that's going on with Nikki, and before I get to your favorite moment and my favorite moment, how did y'all feel about Lucille basically forcing her daughter to get birth control and getting the birth control from Maurice? I'll start with you, pretty girl, since you look like you ready to fight.
No, I shared earlier, I kind of went through this as myself with my mom. She confirmed or was able to get confirmation that I was active. Next thing I know, she tells me the day and time of my appointment. Like, I didn't have no say so. I didn't have any, anything to say. And as a, teen, of course, I was scared to speak up, but I understood on some level. Like, yes, it's my body, but I'm still young. I'm not prepared for any, repercussions. So I just followed my mom, trusting that she was giving me the best guidance and doing the best parenting she knew how to do. I look back, I may feel a different way, but at the same time, I feel like she did save me on some level, because Lord knows where I would have been. That's what kids are. A horrible thing, they're a beautiful thing, but I don't necessarily think that was my true path in terms of birthing my own children, especially me seeing her give birth. But I definitely resonated with this because it may not have been the best move. I feel like there should have been more conversation, but Lucille said herself she didn't want Nicole to have the same life as she. So I think she had good intentions. Sometimes it's the delivery and the way you go about things, but it's complex, honestly.
Yeah.
I probably would have. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I probably maybe would have like, okay, when you're ready, please let me know. But at the same time, we don't know if Nicole will go to that one dance and something happens and then it's too late too. So it's a tough situation.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Mooch?
I got a problem with the double standard thing because that's the same way I was like, I wasn't, my mother used to watch moms like a hawk. She knew when it was coming. But
Mm.
as far as like the birth control thing, nah, she didn't do that. But it makes me think about how I understand why she was doing it, but I thought it could have been other resorts to it because the pill don't stop the monster.
Right.
And when once you tell you have to me, I feel like it should have been more of a, she's saying it like take this pill and everything go away. No, she might end up walking away with some luggage anyway if she not
Mm-hmm.
protected.
Right.
So I think you should. I think or it should have just been the pill. I got the reason why she did it, and but I feel like it's other ways to prevent that. It's different
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Couldn't take
Um,
birth control
huh?
because I said I couldn't take the pills because I had a heart murmur, so I couldn't take nothing like that.
Yeah, I couldn't take them too because I have varicose veins, so they could make me have blood clots. So
Hmm.
I couldn't take. I did take them at first, for
Me
months,
too. When I stopped, but I don't even think my mom went with me to do that.
but I did. I took mine after I had my first kid. Like I didn't even take. I took birth control after the fact.
I took mines when I was in the college.
Yeah.
That's when I started that.
So my thing here, I have two issues with this. I understand what she's saying. As a parent, you don't, when you feel like your life has turned out a certain way, you made certain mistakes in your life, you don't want your kid to repeat, right? However, you know, Lucille is not a single mother. And Charles, her husband, still lives in the house and everything. And went and made this decision without even talking to him to and say, hey, I see, she did mention that to him before that he she's a little concerned because she's got little boyfriends and stuff like that, but she ain't say nothing about, hey, I'm gonna see about some birth control or whatever. You know what I mean? That's a big step. I think that's a decision for parents to come together and make. If you a single parent, that's different. But like your husband or your wife living in the house, you don't go and make that decision on your own. And then on top of that, she went to the ninja on the side and asked him, of all people. That was a mess. And I feel like Lucille has this issue with always going to the opposite sex for some help. Like as much as you didn't want him cozying up or looking like he was, doing something with Sister Riley, you sure do go to the opposite sex for some, what you call that, advice and all of that stuff. And then it's, to me, I don't think it's an issue, like I said, but I think that if you're married, your husband should either be there or that person that you're going to should be there with their own spouse. And in this case, daggone well, Maurice is your little side thing or whatever, or your little interest. Okay, your little rekindle. So it's just not a good idea. That's how I feel about it. I ain't appreciate it.
Yeah, she does a lot when it comes to, it seems like when it comes to Nikki, she doesn't include Charles a lot. Even when, it was weird to me the other week when she found out that, when she saw the boys in the house, and then she comes downstairs putting a sign on the door, on the stairs, and Charles, she kind of, it's like she's telling Charles after the fact, like if it was, I feel like me or somebody else, like we get on the phone, or as soon as you get home, we have that conversation. Like
wait,
it seems
your
like it's
daddy.
hours later. Like what are we doing? But I feel like one, maybe just thinking possibly her reason for not including Charles. One, Charles, maybe she feels like Charles is naive to it, because even though he was like, that's a fine young man. I talked to him and she was like, you was a fine young man too. So maybe he's thinking, oh, that's my little girl. She not ready for that. But Lucille probably thinks she knows better. And then she probably don't want to truly explain to Charles why she's advocating Nikki to be on birth control, because she feels she was trapped. So she probably don't want to really reveal her true feelings to Charles about it, because it's going to uncover a lot of other things, and they're already kind of going through it. But that's just what I feel my justification is for her, but not saying it's right, but possibly what she may be going through.
Yeah. And it's also her resentment for Charles and what he did probably got a lot to do with it too as well. You know what I mean? I can understand that. You know, of course, we could point certain things out. It doesn't make it right, but at the end of the day, like, that's the psyche behind a lot of people's choices sometimes and why they do certain things. Because I'm pissed off at you. You don't deserve no respect in the first daggone place. You know what I mean? So then you start doing all these things that show you don't have no respect for somebody.
Yeah.
So, exactly. You gonna say something, Mooch?
I feel like she's constantly emasculating him.
Yeah.
In his own home.
Yeah,
I feel like she's been doing it since the first season. It's certain conversations where, even though you against the decision, you know what the right thing is. So I it's like, and when he comes to her when she does something wrong, she always have an excuse for it. Like the credit card, she tried to justify that.
Yeah,
it's just like she's. Never mind. I don't like that they wrote her to be a bird doing bird things.
Yeah, I don't like when you say never mind.
She's like a bird. Like, I'm trying not to
like, come on, keep it going.
This episode, it's just like,
come on, you need some motivation. We need
like, I don't have nothing nice to say, so it's just like, move on.
Motivation is the key.
And that's my thing too. That's when I have to give Lucille accountability, because the beginning of this whole issue is because they were broke. They didn't have any money. And I mentioned, like, yes, I understand when Charles proposed to you, you know, as a man, you would think, you know, this is your duty to, protect, provide. And yes, I assume that she got pregnant by, it wasn't a planned pregnancy. But at some point, I'm like, Lucille, okay, we need to come together and figure out how we're going to make some bread. Okay, I can't just depend on you. Like, we got to figure it out together. Either we going to get extra jobs or we going to go to school. Like, we got to figure it out. Like, you can't be over here just thinking it's always, his job or his duty to make ish happen. Even though, if you're, traditional, yes, it is. But either leave him and do your own thing and make yourself happy making your bread, or figure it out together, because I understand life happens. I'm completely understanding of that. But at some point, 20 years later, you can't be just sitting here stuck like y'all don't have no options. And granted, I understand Detroit in the 80s, 90s is a blue collar city. So I understand things are limited, but we either gonna be happy and broke or just figure it out, okay?
Yeah, we gotta figure it out, man. Come on now. What's up, Danon? So, Moochie, lift up your spirits, girl. You should have made your hair blue, girl. Come on now. You got purple hair. Be happy.
Purple.
The color purple is a beautiful thing. Now, talk to me. What was your favorite scene?
My favorite part of the episode was Meech actually giving Terry direction and him actually taking heed to it this time. And not having a big head. That was my favorite part of the episode. Like, all right, finally, now we're gonna see him get his act together and stop trying to act like he in charge and stop overcharging people and things of that. And out of everything on it, that was basically like the best scene.
It really was. I liked it.
And he actually listened to him this time. It wasn't no back and forth. And he understood. And then he understood. You got to build morale. He's telling him about morale. He's telling him about, like, he was like, well, where else they gonna go? He's letting you know either they gonna pick up the shifts at the factory or they gonna rock out with you. And if you you know, play it nice, it'll work out. I like the way he did that. I like the way he took heed to it too. So hopefully when we go on, we won't see that much conflict with the brother.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Kelly Renee said instead of purple rain, Moochie got purple pain.
I'm good. I don't got purple pain. I'm good. I'm just,
She's good. Purple
That
rain. All
was
right.
good.
it's just,
So
I just feel like they really dropped the ball on this.
yeah.
They really dropped the ball on this.
So part of my favorite moment was something that was probably gonna, it looked like it was gonna be my least favorite moment, but it turned into a favorite moment. And somebody else mentioned it. It was when Markeisha turned off Terry's phone thinking that she was about to, that her little plan was about to go through, and that other phone rang. Yo, her face dropped when the other phone rang. She's like, yep. Turning off the phone, trying to act like she paying attention. Then she hear the other phone ring, like, oh my gosh. I said, yes. And then he bounced, okay, with the quickness. You gonna leave? You just gonna leave me here and not give me a ride? Yes. He was like, "Babe, take
Yeah.
care of her."
He told you
I
what
don't
it
got time
was.
for this. I gotta hurry up.
I loved it. Mm-hmm.
Me
Yeah,
too.
because I'm so tired of him. Like everything that she says, it's just like he just eats it up. He just feels like she's got the best advice and this and that, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, please.
Yeah.
So I'm just not into this chick at all. So that was one of my favorite moments. Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Anybody
I hope
else?
he find out.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said I hope he find out and confronts her.
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
I will I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The little low-key favorite moment is when he had a dream / nightmare, her getting shot in the like,
Oh my. Yes. I was excited for like a half a second
I
because I
know, right?
knew.
Then she's
I was
like, "What
like,
the heck, Tammy?"
yeah.
Oh gosh, I shouldn't have been that happy, y'all, but I was. I was like,
I
oh,
was so happy for a split second. And I'm like, I know this is not real.
I know, right?
And she got a whole attitude like, you being secretive. Girl,
Yeah.
bye.
No, he not telling you everything. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But to Moochie's point, I love the fact that Meech is giving him guidance, but she's going to be a problem when it comes to. She's going to build more and more of a wedge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Between
Mm-hmm. Because she's going to keep driving in that, oh, you're the boss thing.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't like when Meech comes to town because that takes away the whole, she knows that he follows Meech, basically, or, that means the boss is really here when he comes in.
Exactly.
So, Torian said, even before that in the car when she brought up the vacation and he said he had to wait for Wanda to have the baby, her face frowned up then. Sure did. I was like, look at her. And even then, like that right there showed me. I said, I know this. I know she called CPS. She does not value him and his own family. I even said it on the live. She don't even care about her own daggone kids. She never have them. Never ever have them.
All she care about is getting the bag, and this is what I like the fact that when that part where he did tell her, she said we need to go on a vacation. Didn't he just tell you that the baby is coming and now you want him to leave? It's not about you.
But that's why
you.
Yeah. That's why she said it. And that's why she said a long vacation. Like she didn't say we need to get away for just a few days. She said a long vacation, just me and you. She knows what she's doing.
Exactly.
That's the whole plot right there.
Yeah.
The whole plot.
If he go on vacation and this baby still little, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Yeah. He probably will. I mean, you do see in the trailer, you got Lawanda telling him like, if you want to really be a father or be involved with something like that, stay the whole night with this daggone baby instead of chasing that ugly chick around.
She be giving Markeisha business. I love it. Because Markeisha, the way emotionally she acts like she's Lawanda's age. Like, girl, like I was saying earlier, like finding out or realizing a man's trying to be a good father, like that's a turn on. You should want that. Like, but she only cared about her kids. But anyway,
Mm-hmm.
turning off a drug dealer's communication is reckless anyway, because he could have been getting the call that the ops coming, the cops
Yeah.
coming. Like, you set a really dangerous situation. You don't never do no stuff like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was
That's a fact. She knows
disgusting.
he got beef. He know, and she know who he got beef with. And you gonna turn not only the phone and the people off? You wildin'.
Mm-hmm. Both of them. That was disgusting.
Dude already having nightmares. She just showed you right there how selfish she is.
Mm-hmm.
I just think about myself. I just care about myself.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't really back her character into a corner because the fact that you saw the same person like Lala in the picture, wasn't that a picture of young T in her?
Mm-hmm.
So anything could happen to her.
Yeah, I know you over there wishing, Miss
Let's
Kayla.
make it happen, baby.
Well, the
Anything can
original
happen.
female character, the character that she's portraying is highly upset. She has anxiety every week that this episode's come on because she doesn't like the light that she's being portrayed.
Well, that even more of a reason to kill her off.
You
Girl.
know, I was like,
Yeah, even
like,
more of a reason to kill her off, so she don't have to feel like it's her that they're betraying. I mean,
you
portraying.
know what? It's not you.
Yeah, it ain't you, boo. Don't worry. This is another chick that he then came across that screwed with his mental for a little while, and then he met a real sister. Okay, because I would be mad too if I was her. But where they getting this from? Why do they have tea with a woman who's like, you know what I'm saying? Who's all up in his head? Somebody must have felt that way about a woman that he's been with.
I feel like that's the whole. I think it's the truth.
Mm-hmm. That's why
I
she
think
don't
it's the
like it.
truth. That's why she don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Mm-mm-mm.
I think she's mad that she's a middle-aged woman, though, even though she was only 22 in real life. So
Mm.
she wasn't that much older than him.
Mm.
Oh wow. All right, y'all. Well, we've been in here for a little over an hour. This was amazing. Of course, I'm back on Sundays and kicking it with y'all. It's 72 people in the building. It was 75 at one point. Can y'all please hit that like button? I would really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Pretty Girl and Moochie, love you so very, very much, honey. Stephen Harris is in the building. Brown Sugar Bay, Big Smooth, Kelly Renee, AG, Demarcus Vaughn, Shell S. I'm gonna try to read all of them, baby. Don't worry. It's a lot. Kelly Kells. Hey, I didn't say hi. Did I say Kelly Renee too? Torian Rain. Danon, Dr. Danon, J Mac, LSW. Tasha Fladger. I didn't see you, girl. RC, what's up? Thanks for coming through. You guys are amazing with a life path. Go on, y'all. Have a blast tonight. It's what? It's 9:31. I don't know how much of a blast you can have. Go watch something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Pretty Girl, what you got coming up on your channel real quick?
I will catch my review I did this morning. It was very heartfelt. Okay, just know that. I feel like I literally just rant and scream for 2 hours, but hey, whatever. It'll keep you awake at work. Okay. And then we have the Pretty Thorough podcast with Brillo and I. And I will be picking up my OG Power review soon. We're starting off at season 6.
Awesome. OG Power Review. Oh, so you didn't finish yet?
No, I took a long. Yeah, I took a break. I'm still on. I just starting season 6 soon. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. We're still on hiatus for freaking Breaking Bad. We'll get back. We'll get back to it. Okay. What you got going on, Moochie?
Wednesday, 9 p.m. Please check out the rewatch of Mayor Kingstown. We're doing episode 2 and 3. We're getting ready. I don't know if y'all seen it. I binge watched this over the summer, so I know it's coming back on in June. So I want to get ready for this. I think it's a good episode.
What
I think it's a good series. It's on Paramount.
Paramount, okay. I actually
It's
just
also on
signed up.
Showtime too. So they're in conjunction, y'all.
Yeah.
So
I just signed up for Paramount the other day, but it's a free trial. I'm trying to I'm also, guys, just so y'all know. I'm sorry, Lucille, are you done? Go ahead, finish. Sorry.
it's okay.
Go ahead. Finish telling us what you got coming up.
Also, I got to talk with these ladies. We supposed to be doing something next. So
Uh-huh.
I hope more than likely it'll be next week. So I'll be making that announcement on here next Sunday once we get our schedules coordinated. So yeah, I got that, and I am gonna go live. I guess I'm gonna go live and give my little rant about BMF and get it over with.
Awesome. You get it over
So
with, baby. Get it out.
that's about it.
I feel the same way when I have to do it too, Moochie. You're not alone.
Yeah, it's just like this is a hard pill to swallow for me. This one.
Yeah. It's annoying. I mean, I don't feel like
see why he didn't like her in real life, Miss Niecy. I could really see why.
Yeah.
If he sees that might be his vision how he sees her.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be how she really was though, but that's how he sees her. Like I don't like how she talking to my brother, stuff like that. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do feel like the point of view is highly on Meech, real Meech.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen that the entire family wasn't feeling her, but
right.
that's what it is.
Hey,
I
the
know
whole
you
family.
you covered the documentary.
Yeah.
And I remember when you covered it and they did show Detective Bryant alive. Do you see any, like, is it anything that makes you remember things from him and how he still ended up staying in the mix? Just, do they explain anything like that?
He don't seem like the type, right?
Because he was talking too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't recall. Because I don't think they even went over like supposed to be the real Bryant. I don't think in the real life story that he had an issue with being like kicked out of the force or anything. I don't recall that. So I feel like they're kind of fabricating the fiction, what the show is showing. So
yeah. He seemed like he really had a serious lifelong career of chasing them. Yeah. He doesn't seem like he really doesn't seem anything like, and I haven't watched I probably watched maybe 4 episodes, but from what I saw, he does not seem like he's anything like Detective Bryant.
That's why I was like, at that point, I wanted to. That's what I wanted to see if I was gonna get that from you, pretty girl. Is he anything like that?
Yeah, he was definitely seem a little. I don't want to say obsessive, but that was definitely like a big fish in his book. And spend a lot of time. He kind of explained that there were times where he had to leave his family at family events to kind of do surveillance and stuff like that. So that may be similar in terms of just his quest to capture them, but other than that, I don't really see too many similarities. But it has been a while, so
yeah, and they probably wanted to throw dirt on his name anyway, fictionally.
Yes,
and be like, "Oh, he was working with us."
Yeah, put that.
They want to tarnish tarnish him. Like let's make him look bad, like a scumbag, a terrible dad.
Make him look like a scumbag.
Yeah, terrible dad, terrible cop, can't get a woman. They
can't keep a woman.
Yeah, can't keep a woman. They playing the crap out of him right now. They hate him. They hate his.
He probably real mad. Like y'all ain't even got to be playing me like this. I never did nothing like that. He probably home like that in his living room. Let me watch this crap and see what they do to me this week.
I couldn't even imagine having somebody.
Yo, if I was him, they between Marquisha and Detective Bryant, they both shouting out their TV at midnight. If they wait until midnight, or if they gonna wait and see how Twitter goes, and they be like, "Let me go look at this nonsense." What you mean? I wish I could have kicked him in the grave.
Right. For real, Big Smooth. He said they had to mix in a little Looney Tune. They really did, because this is yep.
All the things.
Shoot.
All right, y'all made me laugh. Thank you.
You're welcome. Shoot, you making us laugh. So as for me, y'all, I've been kind of recording some stuff for my other channel for the watch. When all that stuff gets up, because the editing process is a freaking beast, so it's gonna take a lot of time. But I have started. I know that I put out a poll of what y'all wanted to see me react to first, and Your Honor won. So I started watching Your Honor a few days ago, recording back to back. So that's the reason why I got the Paramount mixed with the Showtime, like you said. Because I'm starting to watch that. I'm up to like episode 5 now, so that's gonna be, once it comes, it will, I'll send y'all, the links so you can go to the other channel and watch it. But I'm also gonna have it on Patreon. Patreon is gonna be, the video is gonna be piling up over there. So if you really you're somebody like me who likes reaction videos, and you don't really want to wait that much, you could go and see it on Patreon. But other than that, I can't wait till we get back with what's that, Breaking Bad Moochie. But we'll talk behind the scenes and see what's what. I'm probably gonna put out a few pre-recorded ones first before we go live, so that we can kind of just make it seem like we never left and be pretty far down into season 2. But other than that, y'all, thank you so much for being here once again. Love you all. I kind of like the colors that we got going on. You got
Pink.
Purple, pink, and black. Kind of looks cute together.
Sure,
anyway. Love you guys so much. Take care. Be blessed. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.